cost $50 more. So that was fucking
freaks me out.
stupid. But the
Hi,
other
everyone.
one still has the regular. Oh my god.
Well, what I say about that is Inhaler, I hardly know her.
Oh
Oh,
god.
that one I like.
Oh.
That's pretty good. I fucking hated you. That's pretty good.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. Welcome to everyone's
Hi.
favorite game show, Formation Nation, where we answer trivia questions to see which formation will rule the nation. My name's Philip, and I'm the publisher of this Topflight universe game. And ensconcing Lauren are our wonderful players. Say, happy superheroing, players.
Happy
Hello.
superheroing, players.
Superheroing players. I couldn't say it. Rusty.
Welcome back to everyone. For many of you, this is your first game back since the Thanksgiving Philip got sick break, the customary annual break. So it's really good to see you all again. It's also good to see the Lost Taverns, aka Lost Caverns. Which,
Oh yeah. You know, Philip, I've been doing my own advent calendar the last few days.
I've been doing
I-
two. I
I
have
got-
two
I got
Christmas
the-
ones.
Well, I got the Bone Maman and Jam advent calendar.
How's it been going? Weeby
So
Jam?
good. Today was like today might have been the best jam. I mean, you know, it's only a few days in, but it was a grapefruit dragon fruit.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds good.
I hope they don't peak on day 6 of your jam.
That
Well,
would be frustrating.
look, peaking early, I don't know a thing about that.
Okay.
I cannot believe, Philip, that I forgot to tell you. I actually do an advent calendar every month.
Every month?
Yeah, it's all birth control. I get one a day.
Just open the thing. She's so happy with this joke.
We're happy to have you, Lauren.
Oh, I'm just a little punchy right now. Don't know why. Whew. Hi,
Today,
everyone.
Guess what box we're opening today? This is fortuitous. Guess which box number?
13?
13?
13, baby. So,
Why?
Oh, what have we had? What have we had?
thus far, we've had. So I'm actually I will let people just kind of call out the stuff. So far, we have, we've had these crystals, the beautiful crystals. We've had the glorious dwarven hammers. And we've had the cave spiders. Ooh. We have 4 of each of crystals. We have D6, D10, D4, and D20 have already appeared. Of the dwarven hammers, we have D8, D12, percentile, and D4. And of the cave spiders, we have D6, D4, D8, and D10. I should have just
Are
done
you
that in full
guaranteed
order.
to get a full set of all of
You're
those?
guaranteed to get a full set of all of those, and then there's a couple of other bonus dice as well. So when people like Kevin say D17, it's possible he'll be right, though very unlikely. If anyone would like to call what 13 will be, you are welcome to do so. But again,
D12 gem? Is that
D12
already-
gem. D12 gem has not been claimed.
The 20 dwarf.
D20 dwarf has not been claimed.
D20 spider.
Yeah.
All 3 D4s have been claimed. D20 spider.
Yes.
Okay, so we have D12 gem, D20 dwarf, D20 spider. Dan?
Has D20 gem been claimed?
D20 gem has been claimed.
Percentile spider.
Percentile spider. Great. Would you like to guess? You do not have to.
Oh, no, thank you.
Understood. Would you like to Vanna White the door open?
No, but I'll hold my hand like this.
Okay, cool. So she will
Vanna White.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh! You fucker.
Did I do it?
Percentile spider.
What?
Rigged.
No!
Rigged.
Yes, please.
Rigged.
Look at this! Look at this guy! He's so happy for me!
That is I believe that is the 4th time that Dan has called it.
No.
Yes.
No, I
Isn't
said
that, does that make you mad?
It makes me mad.
It makes Aaron scared.
I'm gonna roll. I will now be rolling a full, because we already had the D10. I'm gonna roll a full percentile set of the spider. Roll number 1 was a 51, right in the middle. Would you like to use these today? They're brand new. Okay.
They have spiders on them.
They do. Cut off her nose to spider face. Well,
Spider face, I heard. That's not what I do to her face.
Spider, I hardly know her, is what you want to say.
that is what you were trying to say. Oh, mercy. Okay, so, well, welcome everyone to certainly not the end of these characters and all this fun, but we are here for the final episode, or the final issue rather, of Formation Nation. As we sort of come to hopefully, what happens here today will set the formations on the path towards happiness, stability, solvency, and
Mental
will
health.
not instead spin them off into a total disaster for all of future to come.
Not if we do the right thing.
Not if we do the right thing. That's true. And I know that Rena, having I'll kind of a brief recap from last time, is that our dear Rena Rudner, sensing was Zeb kind of Zeb who's kind of directing you. It is Zeb when Steel Trap's not around, so get ready for Zeb to be Zack again. Zeb sort of suggested, Rena, why don't you go ahead and look at out of the box ideas to deal with the mental health issues plaguing these 12,000 formations. And Rena got a very outside the box idea thanks to some very high rolls or low rolls in this game, for it's a percentile system, called let's summon an aberration from the far realms, the one aberration that is actually super nice. We've all heard of the horrors of the Shuggoth, but there's an even larger creature out there with a good alignment called a Shergoth. So, and the Shergoth, if we want to see a Lego-tastic representation of the Shergoth, that can be found next week in Lost Lore Academia if they choose to spend dwindling inspiration on purchasing it, on summoning it. But
So even if we do summon it here today, we still can't see the Legos?
I guess I could bring the Lego out today. I suppose that would be if people
I mean,
want
it's
that.
fine if not. I'm just
No,
curious.
I could. You know what? I could, because I might adjust it a little further. Right now, it's a little bit out of the box of a Lego situation. I might. Perhaps if you summon it and everybody remembers to ask me, I can go run and grab the Lego. The point is, the Shergoth is this creature, and what at first everyone was like Rena, you crazy, but when Rena pointed out that the Shergoth actually helped out Ace Rocket from the Rocket Squad, that made everyone say, oh, okay, well that's more legit then. Because the Rocket Squad, kind of like our Fantastic Four, a bunch of nerds with rocket packs, they're real, blue sky adventures as opposed to cool. So, with that in mind, the group decided that they would at least investigate this process. If memory serves, and based on my notes here, Michael Sheen was not super on board with this plan. I think that Billy Jones, having already worked with Dr. Zabala, who was the sort of resident, normal mental health expert, I think Billy was kind of open to keeping things more traditional, although Dr. Zabala was like, all we have to do is just hire the best therapists from across the world and fly them all to this island and put them up here. So, a more traditional but not as sort of a practical plan. And I think that V's response to the Shergoth could be summed up as, too much is going on right now. I don't know what's happening.
That's her usual response.
Would anybody like to amend their character's response to Shergoth possibilities? Did that all seem about?
Yeah, although I think Billy, if I remember right, with Billy, it was more of maybe it's a plan B, right?
Yeah.
It's a plan B.
Billy viewed as plan B.
Shergoth.
Billy did, however, help with acquiring the various.
That's right. I did go get all of that.
You got summoning materials, so you were certainly kind of on the thing. One other individual who we have not seen for a few issues, although who has been here in the nicest office aboard this Fiat plane, would be Steel Trap, who has been solidifying all of the psychic entries into this place, kind of just putting out vibes and probably dealing with your own mentalist issues, because you can kind of do it from wherever. You psychics, you guys were doing the whole work from home, work from wherever way before anyone else, so you can kind of does a psychic really ever get a vacation? Huh? Let me tell you. Okay, so that is I think where we stand as we head into the final issue. Formation Nation? Will our group manage to summon, connect with, and utilize the gifts of a Shergoth? Or will you have to sit through an endless parade of all Formation productions of Les Mis, Rent, Wicked? Oh my god, I'm defying you to listen to Defying Gravity that many times. But before we do any of that,
Mamma Mia, probably also.
they
Ooh,
would do
yes.
Mamma Mia for sure.
Fantastic.
Here we go
Ooh,
again.
would they do the Hamilton? That would be
Oh
fun.
no, they
That
might.
would be
Yes,
problematic.
I mean,
No, they wouldn't. They
They
would
would.
definitely sing the.
they would do
Skyway-
a Hamilton night.
Yeah.
They do
They
a
would
like
not do
ode,
the
like a
production.
salute to Hamilton.
They could do 1776.
They would do that.
It's a famously, almost all male cast.
That's fine.
They
You
would
can
do-
cross cast,
Yeah.
but
Any
you can't
music
pick
band?
a.
No,
you
I'm
can't
just
cast
always
and then
amused
cast them
by
away.
like 1776 is one of the least. I remember reading this. It's one of the least produced musicals by high school theaters because there's 2 women in it. So with all that in mind, I need some votes for a prologue. Option 1, Millionaire's Marsh. Option 2, The Border of Hell. I have 1 vote for 2. 2 votes for
Border?
2. The border of hell. Oh, no more votes are necessary. That's 3 votes for 2. So we will not be checking in on Millionaire's Marsh, at least not immediately. But instead, we will look in on one of the very edges of hell, where the mood is intense for the reasons why. See Topflight Power Surge issue, I want to say 7? Topflight West Power Surge, was it 7 that just happened? Yeah, 7! Ooh, this is 7 too. It's 7s all over the place. Almost like we've been doing one of these a month for the same amount of time. The mood is intense. Rumors are spreading of a new hell that is forming. A second font of infernal power that has come into existence thanks to the power surge, with an all-new array of demons and devils in charge. It is against this backdrop that one well-dressed figure who looks like a human man, but has just this obvious sense of infernal energy about him, walks wearing 2 heavy manacles on his wrists towards the border, flanked by 2 massive horned demons who walk him to the boundaries. This man is Nefarianus, also called Mind Lord, the most terrifying, hellish, psionic, telepathic entity known to Flight Infinity. As Nefarianus reaches the border, flanked by these 2 jailers, he sort of says, "Gentlemen, please, did you really have to keep me locked up all the way to the edge? Don't you think I know my way out?" All he gets in response are grunts from the yoked, demonic guards. "Well, you know I'm doing this for all of us, including you, gentlemen. It might be one of our last chance against whatever is rising in this new place. You could both have a bit more of a smile on your face, maybe? No? Pity." The devils just glare back at him. One very reluctantly pulls out a key, and despite its hulking, massive form and large claws, deftly inserts the key into the locks and undoes the manacles. Nefarianus, the Mind Lord, rubs his wrists, like people do in movies, and says, about time. Well, Wish me the devil's own luck, gentlemen. We have to find an army somewhere, don't we? The two hulking brutes both just turn back and walk away now that he is at the edge of hell, free from infernal imprisonment. For what crime? Psst, who could say? For Nefarianus is a long-time practitioner of bad deeds, ones that even devils wish to punish. But, freed at last, and with what he deems a noble and glorious goal, Nefarianus steps across the boundary of hell into the mortal world once again. Meanwhile, on Null Island, Rena, Michael, and Billy, to varying degrees of enthusiasm, have finished gathering the various materials needed to summon a Shergoth. But they are sort of stepping away from this, that V is present for this, and Steel Trap, if you'd like to, emerge from your chambers, you may do so, because Zeb, that is to say Zach, once you come back and, hi Steel Trap, it's so good to see you again. You look awesome.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Oh, wow. We just, I don't know how much you've been picking up psychically about the whole Shergoth situation. I'm sure you have input, but, everyone, excuse me, hi. Hey, V.
Hi.
I do have Ace Rocket, here via telepresence to chat with you all.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk to him, I guess. Get some first-person perspective on the Shergoth. Yeah.
Seems wise. V.
Yeah.
So, the sort of, I'm sure they have like basically holographic, projector things, but he'll be sort of oversized. You'll sort of just see like a bust, and you see Ace Rocket. He's one of the Rocket Squad. He's kind of like the cooler, edgy one. He's got an eye patch, and he wears his uniform slightly askew to show you that he's the cool guy.
But
Is he older? Like the Rocky Jumper team is older? Or
No, they're like, oh god, how old would they be? Honestly, but they're like Paul Rudd levels of well preserved. But I would say they're like think of them as like Xers. So like they're like their heyday would have been like the 90s and early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now he's like 50 something, but but god, he looks great. He gets that. His skin is he does those cryo treatments. Anyway, Ace Rocket with his eye patch sort of shows up and goes, hey there, Ace Rocket here.
Yes.
I heard you guys wanted to talk to me about some episode from my past. Your agent here didn't tell me what. Oh, Steel Trap, good to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, Zeb, how open can we be about everything?
This is a member of the Rocket Squad, and aside from Steel Trap, I adore the Rocket Squad, so obviously really open. Oh my god, V.
Okay, I don't know who...
I hate how much tension I feel, and I know you're under a lot of stress because of this situation, but sometimes you say things to me that just worry me. Sometimes the stuff you say to me just worries me.
I just don't know how much he knows about the Null Island situation.
Can you tell us about the Shergoth? And Rena will put it up on the thing.
Rena's like, oh, the Shergoth, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, Shergoth changed my life. An alien presence unlike any I've ever experienced. It, I used to think that aliens were all like terrifying murderers. I was, Captain Rocket would be like, come on, you don't gotta hate all of it. He'd give me a hard time. But after I was in a bad place. and like there'll be a little editorial box of like see like Rocket Squad Volume 2, issue whatever, when Ace Rocket iconically got a bunch of people killed and he was really sad. But he's like, but the Shergoth, it's hard to explain. It just kind of helped me get my mind right.
How
Mm-hmm.
how does it happen? Does it?
It's, well, I mean, Steel Trap's there, so she could probably explain it more than me, although it wasn't just thoughts, it was also feelings. It was that empathy kind of vibe, the Shergoth basically allowed me to experience a lot of emotions, but in a way that felt safe. Does that make sense?
Fascinating.
It sort of helped me, like, I felt there was this moment where I could see 1,000 versions of myself, and I could be pulled to which one was right. It's hard to explain. But it also helped me realize that there's 1,000 versions of me, so it's not even one is right or wrong, or one is bad or good. Just it's what's the right feeling. It kind of pulled you.
So
it helped with your emotions and quantum theory. How fascinating. I really see just nothing but benefits here.
Sounds great. And she'll like pat Rena and be like, yes, it does sound really great. But so let's say the opposite of that had to happen. Do you think if someone were dealing with maybe thousands of themselves and a lot of emotions, if
I
the
read
Shergoth
about what happened to you.
Yeah.
Man, this power surge has been crazy. I was kind of hoping that my new jetpack would get my new rocket pack. They never say jetpack. I can't believe I just said jetpack. They're literally called the Rocket Squad, guys. I'm so sorry. He says, I kind of was hoping my new rocket pack would get a bit of a surge itself, but no dice. But I see what you're asking. I'll say this. The Shergoth, if you manage to find it, there's no way it could hurt.
Were there any side effects?
Everybody said I was smiling more, which kind of bugged them. But eventually I kind of stopped smiling as much and just got back to my usual self.
Okay.
He's got
But
stubble.
still more enlightened and feeling better and just lighter in general,
definitely
right?
more enlightened, yeah. It's like, and I got really into music after it. Like, I just, like...
Wait, what kind of
Wow,
music?
wow.
Oh, I mean, the music I used to like, but I got really into vinyl. But that might just have been me. That might not have been about the Shergoth. It might have been the Shergoth might have let me open myself up to more kind of like artistic pursuits,
Okay.
But vinyl's great. I don't know if you guys have got into vinyl. You're all pretty young, I suppose, but
No, I have a collection.
It's had a resurgence amongst the youth, so.
oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, I like the vintage stuff myself.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your input.
So you guys are gonna summon the Shergoth, huh?
Yes.
Do you have any tips?
Main tip would be, don't summon the wrong thing, because those Shergoths are not fun. They will rip you apart from the insides, and they can do it because their tentacles can go inside of you even without actually getting inside of you. They just exist in multiple spaces. So that part can be bad. But if you find the Shergoth, you're in great shape.
Okay. When you said that you felt like you were experiencing 1,000 of yourselves at once, what do you think would have happened if you would have gone to another one of yourselves? Hypothetically.
Well, I probably would have been a little different. But I think what the Shergoth showed me is that it wasn't about sort of like better or worse, or that decision paralysis was gone. It just felt like, go to what you are and just be happy with it. Yeah. Man.
Okay.
Glad you guys mentioned the Shergoth to me. I haven't thought of it in a while. Good vibes.
Me too.
How does the Shergoth like to be referred to? Just Shergoth, or pronouns?
I genuinely think it is beyond pronouns.
Oh, okay. I just don't want to, I don't want to make it mad or anything.
I
I don't think it's capable.
I don't know that the Shergoth gets mad.
Okay.
That's the whole reason.
Yeah.
It's plan
Okay.
8.5.
Yeah. No, you're right, Rena. this is just very anxiety-inducing, But apparently the Sheriff
The Sheriff will help. Don't you worry.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ace, for
Hey,
your help. That's it. It was just a fantastic experience for you.
that's one of the only 10 out of 10 I've had.
What was
Yeah.
another 10 out of 10?
You don't have to share that, Ace.
I'm actually probably shouldn't, because if I say her name, I might get in trouble for,
Oh, no, I don't want to pry. Does anybody else have any questions that I'm not thinking of? Because, my mind's a little busy.
Does the Shurgoth leave on its own volition?
Great question.
Ooh, I think so. I mean, I encountered it more on its turf, So I don't know. It helped me, and then it just kind of seemed to effervesce away,
That makes sense.
sublimate, whichever term is more correct.
Okay. I guess that's it then. We'll tell it you say hi.
Ace rocket out. Zeb goes, he was so cool. Wait, you're not the woman he was. Never mind.
Zach.
Oh,
Come on,
Can't
decorum here.
can't believe I just asked that. Oh no.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy,
Well, I don't know what that has to do with it.
Like if
So if you guys want to go ahead with your plan A, that's fine. I'll go ahead and continue prepping over here for the Sherigoth plan. That sounds really, really, really good.
Well, I will. Rena, it does seem like there might be dangers if we accidentally summon the wrong thing. So
Yeah, but they're like so on like two completely different spectrums that several people would have to be actively sabotaging summoning the Sherigoth.
Is this something that Steel Trap could help guide?
Ooh, a great question. The
Absolutely, it
actual
is.
summoning part of it is probably not so much your wheelhouse. What you probably could do is, like, once something is beginning to cross over, you could confirm it's what you're looking for, or say, wrong thing, everyone shoot
Close-up
lasers.
shot.
Yeah, exactly, that kind of vibe. You couldn't help with like arcane rituals and summoning circles and all that stuff. That's just not your zone. But you could certainly confirm this is the proper thing incoming.
and we're the only people who know about this, right? I mean,
And Ace Rocket.
well, yeah.
Well, and the doctor who was proposing a psychological plan
Yeah.
of treatment.
Yeah,
Right.
Dr. Zabala did not think this was a good idea. I'll also mention that it's in the like Flight Infinity archives. So like it's a known thing. That's how Rena found it in the first place.
Would there be anyone, perhaps, like, wait, is Synth still friendly to me?
Synth Devil is friendly to you, but they're kind of busy right now.
Oh, they're still in that. Okay.
Nah, let's say so.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, Rena, you can continue with that, and
I already was, yes.
oh God, okay. Well, let's not summon it right now.
No, I'm just going to do everything until there's just one last line left to do. And when you guys ultimately say that it's too much trouble to find all these qualified professionals to help all of these different Vs here, then I'll just finish that last line and we can get started.
Okay. Well, you know what they always say: check, double check. Can somebody check?
I always do, yes.
Double check. No. Like.
I'm
not
very excited to write the report on this afterwards.
Okay. Does anybody else have any concerns, reservations?
Oh, please, yes. Please voice them now, because I guarantee you we can squash them pretty quickly.
Gentlemen. Yes.
And, actually, Steel Trap, could I just ask you something just away from the group for a second?
Well, sure.
You probably could just think it to her, even.
Technically, that is true.
And weirdly, that seems like kind of invasive. I know
yeah,
it's my
I'd like
and,
you to speak it to my face.
yeah. So yeah, Steel Trap. just because we're dealing with a spectral entity that is from beyond the realms of understanding and stuff like that. And Rena seems really gung ho and almost like fanatically so. That I'm just wondering if maybe you can just check to see if it's already manipulating her mind and trying to get her to summon it. Just seems like it might be a problem.
I think you guys, I mean, I really didn't hear this, but I think you guys are missing the entire vibe of the Shergoth. It would never manipulate someone, and that's why she's so confident. Just go ahead.
I just want to be safe,
Yeah. Well, if I had my druthers, I'd check everybody's mind, but I did make a promise when I arrived that I wouldn't, poke around without letting somebody know. So as long as she's okay with it, I'll check it.
Okay.
Do you mind if I ask her outright?
No, that's fine. You're the mind expert, so I just wanted to broach it with you before anything.
All right, well, I'll do it.
I guess. Hey, Rena, would you be fine if Steel Trap was to sort of check your mind out before you do any of this summoning?
Oh my gosh, I would be so honored, honestly. And also, I know it's not technically your thing, but if it's possible, there is a family history of tumors. Just let me know if you see something.
Oh,
Rena,
I mean, no pressure, but
you can get a full scan from.
No, I know. I go yearly. It's just it'd be cool, I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can
go to the doctor and say Steel Trap found something. Can you check it out? Oh my gosh.
Zach will say, God, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh, she's right. That would be awesome.
All right, that's enough, Zach.
Sorry.
Rena, I can poke around in there pretty hard.
Whatever you need to do.
Well, I don't need to be doing that. So, but
all my doors are open for you.
Okay. Well, let's make this quick, shall we?
All right, if you're going to do this, I would like for you to do a telepathy roll. However, I think we didn't actually check here, so first and foremost, just roll that to improve your telepathy from last time, which we didn't do. You have not improved because you have a 99, but it was just in the case. Okay, now, roll all of those, and you get to use your lowest option. A 36 is a hard success. You go into Rena's mind, and her ebullience is kind of is a little bit of a shock of okay, you managed to probe very deeply. You do not sense any aberration or far realms or tentacle monster influence at all.
Is tumor detection within my skill set?
Tumor detection would more be in your skill set in the sense that if anything were amiss, you could be this mind is not functioning right. You don't, I mean, honestly, at your level, you probably could vaguely look a human body over and make sure it's all, just for telepathic mapping or something. But that's not really, you would always recommend just go get a brain scan, not, a thing. But you don't detect any.
Maybe I could sense interruptions in the synapses.
Precisely. You don't sense anything.
Like a bean.
Yeah.
That's been in her nose.
Just, here, just let me just blow. Okay, there we go. But so yeah, you don't sense any interruptions like that. What you probably do sense, apologies to KJ/Rena, is
No, it's probably accurate.
I mean, you have a hard success, so we'll sort of go with this. The main thing driving her is a desire to be so right, and for everyone to have to say you were so right about this. She is so confident in what she's found that she is running full steam towards it because of how not even Michael Sheen will be able to say this was a mistake. The way that he did about her adopting Peanut. You weren't here for that part. But Peanut was a little fairy creature.
That was a tough moment.
And Dan said you shouldn't have that. Don't hang out with the capes. That's what Dan said. That's what Dan's character said.
All right. Are we all done with it?
Yes, that's all the intel. I can give you more if you want, but yeah.
Rena, I think I mean, you're looking real good in there.
Oh,
you'll
that's
be-
so good to hear.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know I didn't find any tumors of the sort on you. And
I am happy to know that. Thank you. But that will make the next doctor's visit very boring. But I'm glad to know it's all good up there.
Listen to your doctor and.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, Billy, are you satisfied?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I very much appreciate that steel trap. I just figure, safety precautions and all.
Oh,
of
no,
course.
I
Gotta double check, triple check. Check again if you want.
Thank you.
It is still a little unsettling, but I think that's just Rena's personality.
She seems just very sure.
Confident, yes.
Well, that's why she's so valuable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Rena, just make sure you keep in those, mental checks for yourself, even though.
Oh, every morning and before bed. Yep.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Well, okay, so it sounds like now that you've given Rena a once over and we're not having any outside influence, that's a good thing. So, I mean, Steel Trap, obviously this is your mind, so you'll have the final say. But Steel Trap, you are the senior sort of member here. Do you think we should try this Shergoth plan?
I don't love the term senior for
I
me.
am so sorry. You are in charge.
Right. No, I say, if the creek don't rise, let's do it.
If the creek don't rise. Oh, amazing. V.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you open to this plan? Because you're in the best mental hands, and Rena seems to be very confident and comfortable with this option.
I'm trying not to just think of myself. I think this will be the most efficient and best way to help all of us on this island. I have to say, it does kind of freak me out, the idea that my consciousness may connect to another one of the V's out there, because is that how anybody else perceived that, or am I just being...
No, it's a lot more about quantum theory and alternate universes almost, and just...
Well, I mean, this is kind of a quantum happening. So...
No, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Okay, well, that's my only reservation. But I can't. Like I said, I can't just.
I can supply some literature about quantum theory if you would like it to help you out.
No, thank you.
It is very boring and thus very relaxed.
I don't know if we have time to get V caught up on quantum theory.
Oh, we will if we're going to start with Plan A of having all these professionals
I
come
mean,
in.
Well, I mean, Rena, the professionals will be more less exploring quantum theory aspects of it and more psychological and personality.
No, I know the professionals will be the psychological helpers. Yes, I understand that. I'm saying in the meantime, if V is concerned about quantum happenings and theories, she can read it.
Yeah, but that's
comfortable for Plan A.2.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Well, and V's not wrong to have some reservations. I mean, Ace's
No, of course not. That is so natural, hence the reading material.
All right. Well, again, I'm all for it.
Okay.
All right. So, Zeb will sort of outline the things that need to happen in order to make this happen. Things that need to happen to make this happen.
Rena is just noting down whatever time it is, 7:43. Steel Trap said all for my plan. She's just writing that down.
Sure, perfect.
Going straight into her diary.
It's and forget your diary.
Scrapbook
on the official record.
Yeah.
So here are the things that will need to happen. One, well, I suppose there's sort of stages and steps to this. The first thing is you will need to attempt to summon a Shergoth. In order to do this, you will need to turn off the multidimensional blockers, preventing creatures coming here.
I think that's something we should do at the very last moment.
Yes, we should prep everything, and then when we're ready to go immediately, then we can turn them off.
Well, Rena, you have already prepped pretty damn hard.
I haven't drawn out the ritual, I haven't put everything in place. I just have everything ready to go.
If the plan is going to be, based on what I've heard understanding, you will begin the ritual, turn off the multi-dimensional blocker. Steel Trap will give the go-ahead based on what is sensed, and then you will summon a Shergoth, at which point the Shergoth will attempt to do what it's doing, and everyone can do what else they're doing in the process. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any sort of Zach? Is that what I call you now, Zach?
Yes.
As opposed to 8. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
just want to know if we're on like on a first name basis or not now.
It's fine.
Yeah. So Zach, do you think there's any merit in basically turning him off and then turning him on once the Shergoth's in here, so that nothing follows it, or we don't leave anything open to any other sort of interdimensional travel? Or do we think? I guess I should turn to you, Rena, since you just discovered this and are now the expert. Would it be a problem that we have trapped it?
It wouldn't be trapped. It can leave of its own accord, but it
No.
wouldn't. until felt
It
help.
could not, because I'm saying we would block it from being able to leave if we turn those back on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure, we can turn them back on, but then we can turn them, but then turn them off again once the V's feel fulfilled, and then the Shergoth will also feel fulfilled.
Correct.
and then
My
we can
my
let it leave.
The
my
Shergoth
question though,
seems
the question,
nice.
Rena,
I might
is that
just tell him if you want to leave, we just have to open the door for you.
right? I'm just.
Yeah, we can just explain it emotionally through our hearts and our minds.
Can Steel Trap run any kind of psychic security?
Steel Trap, you can definitely do some psychic security. Steel Trap, I'd actually like for you, in response to that, Steel Trap, I'd like you to do an analyze roll, and you're going to get 1 bonus on it. So you're rolling against an 83 with 1 bonus. Oof, that's a 5 right there. That's damn roll. Yeah, it's a. That's almost a vital. It's an extreme success. Very good. Steel Trap, as the sort of expert on the mind stuff, and even though the Shergoth seems to work totally different than you, what Ace has described, and also some of the terms that they've been banding around with quantum and alternate realities, you are actually concerned that perhaps the Shergoth would need to be connecting to multiversal infinity in order to do what it's doing. So you actually think that closing the door behind it might impede its ability. It doesn't really even exist in our reality, so doing that might prevent it from even connecting at all. You might keep, it might need to be able to be in multiple places at once.
Is it something that she can monitor?
You can definitely monitor if any other entities try to appear, but you wouldn't necessarily be able to block them from coming. You could battle against psychic energy, but if something else crossed through, that's not.
So it would she could be like a warning system, but that's about it.
For that.
For
yes,
that, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll let them know we need to keep the door open.
Okay. You would know best, Steel Trap, on an operation of this magnitude.
Thank you.
Zach, do we have anything that look, Rena, I trust you that, that this thing will be helpful and all, but
Of course, thank you. Yes, I know.
Hope for the best, plan for the worst, right? So do we have anything to protect ourselves with? Should this go awry? Do we have any weapons, any shields, anything like that would protect us should something go wrong here?
Billy, I'm actually going to have you think on that answer yourself. Why don't you do a calculate roll?
Calculate? Sure.
Based on everything you know about the situation and all the sort of possible,
50, regular success.
A regular success. You have standard anti-psionic weaponry, and equipment. You have headbands you can put on to block your mind from, psychic power. You have kind of psychic, like a sound gun that shoots out psychic rays that could drive something away. You have basic things that would half apply to the situation. So it's not like you'll have and you can certainly have all those things just on hand, but you don't have any there's no like Reed Richards has developed the exact device you'll need.
Sure. Well, in that, so okay, given our current, then I think maybe before we do this, as also the proprietor of this island, we may want to have Meridian present. Not because this ship is going to go wrong with the Shergoth, but it's rude to invite someone.
No, we absolutely should tell Meridian. Yes.
Well, Michael,
do
you have?
Is that okay? Is that okay with you, V? I mean, I'm sort of dictating a lot about your life right now, and I don't really have the
honestly, I just want to get
really
this
have the
done.
authority to do that.
I just want this to be over with.
Very good. Michael, do you have any things you wanted this process done at this point? You've basically been told, good news, we have to turn it off and leave it off. So.
No, I mean, that makes sense. I will be ready to turn it on if anything too dangerous happens. But if Meridian will be nearby, then I'm a little less concerned about.
Yeah, it is a thing of if Meridian's on hand. If you guys ask Meridian, in fact, we're going to cut ahead. Rena, you have set this up. Are you just going to do this outside in kind of a nice, tranquil spot? There's plenty of them on Null Island. You guys can shoo away any formations who are practicing their new dance troupe. So Rena, as you begin to create these circles and prepare for this thing, you're all standing by. You have the controller to turn off the multiversal blockers, whatever the situation calls for it. Billy will say that you have basic anti-psionic weaponry and equipment and kind of a, basically, I imagine you have a folding table just of stuff on it that's just, okay, one of those? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Ready to go steel trap. I'm sure you're sort of focusing your mind and preparing for this process. V, how are you doing as all this goes on?
She's just trying to deep breathe and do some of the mental relaxing things that steel trap has taught her.
Understood. You feel a sort of it's not really a shadow, just kind of a change in the light as you're sort of sitting there with your eyes closed. And you hear sort of a very friendly voice say, "Oh, looks like you're trying to meditate." And if you open your eyes, you see that Meridian is kind of hovering sort of down towards you and saying, I have a lot of empathic powers that I can feel that you're trying to be at peace. And I was told to come over here. It looks like you guys are going to try something.
Yeah. We're just, trying to be proactive, make solutions, take care of everyone on the island.
Well, what's the plan?
Have you heard of the Shergoth?
Can't say I have. I just rolled a 99, so no, I have not.
Oh.
Here you go, tablet.
Oh. Well, of all the aberrations I've ever heard of, sounds like my kind of aberration. I see. It looks like you guys are doing like a dark magic circle over here, or I guess maybe not so dark in this case. So your plan is to you're trying to summon this creature here.
Yeah, just to bring some stability and mental clarity to everyone.
Well, ordinarily I usually advise against people taking shortcuts, but I can see how in this situation you might need to do something big. Well, she hands the tablet back to Rena.
Meridian, if I could, for the report, get just a quick description of you and how, using your empathic powers you mentioned, just a quick description of how it feels here now, and then I will revisit you again after the Shergoth has been here maybe a day or so, and just a description of how you notice the differences for the report.
Well, absolutely. The mood right now, I'm sensing I won't assign who this is from. I'm sensing extreme anxiety about this process. I'm sensing smug certainty that it's all going to work out. I'm sensing professional detachment that no matter what, this thing's going to be handled fine. And someone who's like trying to deal with like 9 million other things in a bunch of other places right now, and this is just kind of like an interesting thing. I'm sensing one mind that seems a little dubious of this process but is ready to help out, and another mind who thinks this is a disastrous idea and is just ready to say I told you so when everything goes bad. Those are the minds I'm currently, so those are the energies I'm currently feeling.
Thank you so much. While I did not mean those of us here, I know exactly who each one of those are. Thank you very much. I meant more of the vibe of the V's and how they were feeling.
Understood.
Yes.
And Meridian will kind of do like a wider reaching out of empathy, and will fill you in on. Kind of
I have
the
noted that
overall
all
mood.
down, though. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
You don't have. Okay.
For the report.
Always.
All right. Well, at this time, there's no other prep that is necessary. You're all here. Meridian is on hand. Meridian has agreed to sort of stick around, and quite frankly, would have stuck around even if you hadn't asked, to sort of help with this process and just be there. And actually, Meridian, as an empath, can potentially like you and Meridian both have different means of connecting with the Shergoth, and so like between the two of you, or even just through one of you, you'll be able to kind of maybe explain what it is you've brought this entity here for, and then the Shergoth will either agree or show its true invisible colors. There's really nothing else to do it. So the people who will need to participate in the actual process itself are going to be Rena, who's conducting the experience, and then V, since you're sort of the center of it, you're also going to have to participate in this. Michael and Billy, I will leave it up to you. Do you want to participate in the ritual to help this happen, or would you guys like to be on alert for other troubles that might go down?
I'm on alert.
Michael's on alert. We can say Michael has his hand on the multi-dimensional shut-off switch. Billy, what do you want to do? You want to help with the ritual, or you just want to be on hand for other shenanigans?
No, I'll help. If V's participating, I'll help as well.
Understood. All right. So, for our dear, oh my God, you're so freaking high in this. For Rena, I'm gonna have you do. Have you done an analyze roll already today, Rena?
I haven't done any roll today.
You haven't done a single roll today. Perfect. Okay, Rena,
No.
You're going to get to do an analyze because, holy God, you have a high analyze. And I am going to let you. Oh, you have so goddamn many things you get to add for this. I'm going to be cutting some of them down, but you will get 3 bonuses on this roll.
Huh.
And I'm very sorry. We just don't do this very often. What does that?
That means you're going to roll a D100, but you're
Yes.
going to roll this. You're going to roll 4 of these and choose the
Percentile.
lowest.
Four
Yeah, 'cause
of
you have
those. I
3
need to get more.
bonuses.
Hang on.
Billy.
Hey, shit.
I'm going to have you. So you can make that roll now if you want, or you can sort of hold off to do it as we get onto it.
Okay, I'll wait.
I'm going to have you. Roll a detect vibe. We'll say that your chief.
I was going to
way-
pitch that actually.
Yeah, your chief way of sort of connecting to this will be. I think detect vibe is more correct than. I would say read person, but there's so much going on. I think this really is.
Yeah.
like a holistic
I was thinking detect vibe or psychology, and detect vibe.
Perfect. So you do a detect vibe. That's just going to help with kind of like some of
Sure.
the early warning stuff you'll be getting to in a moment. Rena, go ahead and make your crazy roll. We'll see how you go. V, however, as you begin to open yourself. So Rena is just dealing with Rena is just casting the eldritch, kind of like arcane sigils and drawing elder signs and speaking of, Rilia and dead Cthulhu sleeping.
I want the lowest one, right?
You want the lowest one. The perfect thing would be double zeros on one of those 4.
No.
V, could you make a formation telepathy roll? And you do get 1 bonus on these. This is you effectively reaching out and up with your mind.
54, which is just a regular.
A regular success. So V will reach out, opening herself up. That really is a regular success. Will be sort of certainly good enough to make some degree of contact. The Shergoth is not withholding. Billy Jones, how was your detect vibe?
It was a 45, which is a regular success.
Also a regular success.
I'm debating. I'm going to spend 10 luck to make it a hard success.
Understood. So Billy with a hard success gets the vibe, and Billy, it's an interesting thing. You do begin to feel like a strange wave going through not only V, but kind of all of the formations and everything on the island. There's a sense that there's a focusing going on. And as Rena, what did you have on your roll?
9.
A 9. Oh, you did roll double zeros.
No, I said I didn't.
But
I
then-
got 1. Oh, I thought you meant like
You have also
zeros on
updated.
both the die.
I turned it off.
That would be 100.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
I
had a 9 on the
Double zero
ones
and a
column,
9.
double-
Yeah. I
perfect,
thought you
okay.
meant like double zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
I turned off the thing on. I'm really mad. I turned off I went in and set off. Oh, I updated again today. God damn it!
Yeah. You got to, and you
Fucking
also have to
Apple.
turn it off every time you open the app. I think.
Fuck you, Apple.
Turn
You don't have to
what
do.
off?
You don't have to do that because it was fine for me when I had turned it off.
Okay.
The thing. No, just because I if you do stuff now.
Oh, you got the symbol thing going? I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
it's
That's
like
fucking.
so
Yep.
obnoxious. Yeah, like if we do this, it'll be rock stars on us.
It's not a Zoom thing. It's an Apple thing.
It's an Apple
Oh.
thing. It's so-
Shouldn't have told her. You should have let her keep trying.
Yeah. No, keep going. You'll almost do it. You almost got it.
You can also do hearts if you want.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for anyone who has like green screen or.
Oh, okay.
In any
I also
case,
have a piece.
with a 9 Arena, that is for yours. That is an extreme success. Excellent. So with an extreme, so Rena does an absolutely wonderful job of all this magical nonsense. Just like, yep, cool, sigil there. Speak the name of this little snippet from the Necronomicon. Great, go ahead, blah blah blah. You're just going through it. Everything's fine. V, you sort of open yourself up. Billy, with that reading of the vibe, you also can feel when the energy is changing, and you can sort of tell Michael, turn off the blockers. You can give him the cue to sort of do that. And Michael, are you going to do it when signaled, or are you going to hold off a bit?
Am I getting signaled right now, or
Billy,
Yeah, the signal, because she would probably not want to be too much, would just stare at you and nod. Like, wait for eye contact and nod.
Billy's also signaling you that, it's kind of getting to the time where if there's a connection, it needs to happen now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That's I'll turn them on. Yeah.
The dimensional blockers are off. So. Sweet. So the dimensional blockers go off, and suddenly, because of Rena's extreme success in doing what she's doing, Billy kind of having timed Michael at the right time, and V sort of being open to it, although a regular success was certainly you're open, you're reaching out with your telepathy, but it's not you're not nailing it. You have certain trepidations, but it's certainly
Anxious.
yeah, with anxiety. Steel trap. I would love for you to do a you know what? I'll let you do a mental defenses roll, just so you can click different stuff. So
1 bonus.
you get a bonus on this as well. Holy God, you get some goddamn. These people get so many damn bonuses on everything. It's preposterous.
Not this guy.
16 is an extreme success. Yeah, not Billy Jones. Sorry, Billy Jones.
Just good at looking.
As you're very you can spot things. You and Philion spot everything. Steel trap. You reach out, and with an extreme success, you are faced with a difficult situation.
The audacity.
The Shergoth has found V. You sense nothing but benevolence, nothing but friendship, nothing but kindness is coming for V. The gates are down. This entity is coming here. Meridian is also here. So that's good. The Shergoth is not a problem. But you also sense another mind. Barely, because this mind also rolled an extreme, but I'm going to give the edge to you in this thing just in terms of detection. Something else has been lurking, those multi-dimensional blockers. Not only is something lurking, something is crossing onto the island now, is attempting a full-on psychic breach of every mind here. But this is a mind you know well. This is someone you've squared off against many times. This is Neferionis. Mind Lord. A demonic nobleman with a desire to dominate. So you have a choice. You can shut down this Shergoth. You can tell Michael to turn off this blockers, which means the Shergoth will be gone, may never connect again, even if they do this process right. But also this thing is here. Or you could trust that Meridian and V can connect with the Shergoth, and you can have a duel with your old nemesis. Dan is chanting for duel.
But you're saying that it's possible we can't just try this one more again later? That like
Well, if you tell you what, make a scroll over and do a detect vibe. You're pretty high in that. It's just, you don't get a bonus on this, just 2, A 22, very good. With a hard success, you believe that the Shergoth, if the Shergoth is pushed away, it just might be hard to get the Shergoth back. The Shergoth may be like, oh, I wasn't wanted there after all, I'll never bother. Like, the Shergoth would be like, oh, they're texting me again? I'm not gonna, like, they don't, like, they're texting me you up, I should not respond. The polite thing to do is not respond. That's the thing.
Can I would like to duel.
Duel! Perfect, yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
I love it. All right. So do you want to tell everyone that this is happening?
I would like to only communicate it to Meridian and Michael. Is that
Absolutely. Yes.
like while the other 3 are?
Yeah, no rolls required. Rena's busy. V's reaching up. Billy's just like hands hovering over like pew, pew, pew. Psychic blasters. You can send a message just straight to Meridian and Michael. Absolutely, go for it.
I do that. Just
Oh, sorry. Yeah, understood. So
just expressing to them.
you're like, are you saying, like, are you telling me exactly what's happening? You're going like, psychic attack happening. I'm just gonna deal with this. You guys keep it going here, just so you know that's where my brain is.
Is Meridian able to duel with me?
Meridian. Ooh, luck roll. Haha, make a luck roll. You have 74 in luck. Let's see what you know from history. And also how it does. Okay, a failure. So you have no idea about Meridian.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody needs to help the Shergoth do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah,
good. Then
okay.
yeah, I would like to tell them what's going on. That Michael might need to step up, just like keeping an eye on everything else, and also if something happens to me, then
That's why. Understood. So Michael, you get a message from Steel Trap. It is very just succinct, sort of like psychic incursion. I'm dealing with that. Hold down the fort. Meridian gets a similar one, which is basically just like, try to help the Shergoth. There's an attack happening on the mental plane. And with that, Michael, if you cast an eye over to Steel Trap, you know what, Steel Trap though, just for like the radness of it, we'll say that you, just so that it's like a proper duel, we'll say that Steel Trap telekinetically like starts to fly and like shoots off across the island to some other point.
and she's also pretty mad at that Zach didn't shine her mission boots, but otherwise
That Zach sucks, and so does Zeb. He doesn't exist. So basically, Steel Trap rushes away. So Steel Trap has her hands full. But in the meantime, Rena, you've done all you need to do. Billy and Michael, you guys are on alert. So V, Meridian is going to help you, but this is all going to come down to you as you reach out to the Shergoth. The first thing I would like for you to do is to decide, are you going to resist coercion, or are you going to willingly give your mind to this entity?
I'm gonna trust in Rena and just
Never the wrong move, just saying.
this this is her best shot at helping everyone. So she's gonna do it to the best of her ability. I say that knowing if I tried to do that, I couldn't.
Understood.
Mental, physically.
V, you reach up and you feel, it's the strangest sensation. You feel this tentacle emerging that's invisible, and yet you can see it and also feel it, and you feel it enter your brain, and suddenly
in my mind's eye.
You are a part of the tentacle. You are a part of something greater, and you can hear the Shergoth in your mind. And the Shergoth says, share.
No, I'm V.
Share.
Share
Feelings. Share.
And she's like thinking all this, and she's like, do I just say anxiety, fear?
V begins to like float. She can always fly, but V floats, and all over the island, every single formation begins to float as well. As each one is having one of these multi-dimensional tendrils enter their special, unique, individual minds. V, the tendrils in your head.
Yes.
You're saying you experience anxiety.
Yeah.
And the sort of the weird energy of the Shergoth, it's almost like it's like reflecting back to you. You hear in your own voice, a voice that you hear constantly, but this time with a different sort of authority and understanding behind it. This voice that says, of what? What are you afraid of?
Disappointing everyone, including myself.
Why?
Because I don't know. I don't want people to leave me.
Say more about that. Why are you afraid that people will leave you?
I don't know, because a lot of people did in my life, and you know, whether they chose to or they died, and that's just, you know, really hard. And it feels like I have control over that because I have control over the way that people see me, and so I just don't want to disappoint anyone.
But think about that control. Think about times when people haven't left and suddenly your mind, you feel your mind cascading into thousands of possibilities. You feel worlds in which the people who you left, or the people who left you, didn't leave.
Oh no.
You begin to see realities where people who you've lost are still there. You begin to see realities where those who went away, those who left either because you blame yourself or external forces, they didn't leave. You see other realities where people you still have do leave. You begin to see a million different realities. I need you to roll a detect vibe as you see every possible permutation of your life.
31.
A 31 is a hard success.
Yes.
And with a hard success, you come to a rather disturbing realization.
Oh no.
No matter if you are in a world where no one's left you, or you're in a horrible world where everyone has left you, your anxiety level's about the same.
Oh.
You suddenly begin to realize, and you you feel there's like almost a choice before you. You could either let that destroy you, or you can let that strengthen you. You can let there be an understanding that, oh yeah, it's not, there are better worlds and worse worlds, and there's things you prefer and things you don't prefer, and there's paths, but you also begin to see 1,000 paths, and this is when you start to have this sense of every single formation is having exactly the experience you're having, but seeing different possibilities. Each individual mind is now looping through a myriad of different lives they could have taken. You're seeing worlds in which you weren't a performer at all. You're seeing worlds in which you decided to work in publicity or in the law. You see worlds where you have an Etsy shop. You see a world where you're married to Dustin Howell.
How's that one?
It's fun, but
Oh.
exhausting. You see every possible permutation. You see worlds where you never got your powers. You see worlds where your power surged when you were a baby and you were raised as one of 12,000. You see a million different possibilities. But the main thing is, in the different worlds, you find different ways to cope. You find different teams, different friends. And as much as you are upset about people leaving you, you're never really alone.
And are the paths still there in front to choose?
You're noticing. Actually, I'm gonna have you make a look roll. Go to your vitality. Use a look. This really should be a mental thing, but I'll say that you're having so much mental energy going through you that it's just like with your eyes. What do we got?
It's 69.
69. Nice. Put it in chat. Nice. We have to do that nice symbol for chat. This is what it's for. Nice.
But that is a fail. But
failure.
Can I spend 9 luck?
You absolutely can spend 9 luck.
I'll do that.
So as you spend 9 luck, and you're feeling like there's something you're not quite seeing, but you're looking out trying to see it, and what you notice is that the other Vs are beginning to, like in some sort of like psychic world as they're floating, the other Vs are actually beginning to like go down roads. They're seeing all those different possible lives. They're going into those lives, not in reality, but in their minds. One V becomes a V who has experienced years of legal expertise. Another V becomes a V who became an architect. Most of the Vs do become actors or remain actors. Let's not kid ourselves. But those Vs are also going to be really great waiters. So the point is, they're also going to be really, so like there will be no shortage of waiters or dog walkers. It's gonna be fine on this island. You're gonna have so much of
work in the lobby.
They can work in the lobby. They can sell merch. So many Vs will know how to balance a merch box. So the point is, you begin to realize that the Sharegoth is doing this on 1,000 levels, but you, unlike the other Vs, you're not being given like this, like these like you're being shown other paths, but you're not being given other branches. And the Sharegoth seems to say, you don't want to change, do you? You don't need to change.
I guess not.
Do you want to change?
I mean, no.
I'm very confused. Something a
It's so
thumbs up.
sensitive.
A thumbs up happened in
registered-
my screen.
It registered Erin just crossing her hands. Like it registered that as a thumbs up. It does it when I hold my coffee cup.
Oh.
Like that's a thumbs up. Like it's so sensitive.
Stupidest thing I ever saw. It
No,
should not be on by default. That is stupid, Apple. Anyway,
Yeah,
so the
it
point,
really is.
the
It
point
really
is, V, you go through this process, and you realize that something is working. You also, with your glancing over, since you have just scored a adorable success, you notice that like Meridian is like hovering and is like has her hands extended, and she's kind of like helping this empathy. You know, she's putting her good vibes and prayers into this process. She's helping kind of like guiding any minds to like, oh, we need to understand which direction we're needing to go. It's working. Because something else is beginning to happen. Though you still have a telepathic link to these minds, they're not like all incessant, and they feel different. It feels more like you really can just be like, oh, what's going on here? That like it's not this kind of like it's not 1,000 tiny variations of your own brain. It's almost like you're looking at a much more diverse, I mean, still not that diverse because ultimately it's 12,000 white ladies, but like it's like a very different kind of like Instagram feed of like oh, this me really likes to bake apparently. All right, great. It's like it's a totally different vibe. So that's the good news. But the bad news is, let's see how Steel Trap's doing. Steel Trap. Meanwhile, you rush across the island, and you see kind of emerging there. It's exactly who you knew would be there, and he's physically there. He is not a projection. He has stepped into the mortal realm. He stepped specifically here, and he's reaching out, but you see the scowl on his face, and he looks up and sees you and says, oh, I should have known this would not be too easy.
Oh, you're getting a little too big for your britches over there. I thought I'd come over and see you.
You're not projecting, you're here too. Wonderful. After I break your mind, I will strangle you and mount your head on my wall.
And you said we faced off before?
You have faced off before.
What was the outcome in that situation?
You fucking won!
Sorry, what did he just say?
Honestly, a real diss could just be to say that. What'd you say? I'm sorry, I wasn't...
Can you repeat it?
But, no. You're protecting these minds, but they will be ours. There's a war on.
Ours?
Yes. Hell. I shall take these minds as our new army.
Alright, well now you're just being ugly.
And you're just being a fool. Time to duel! Alright. This is really simple. Real Simple Magazine. This is just... So, basically... scroll over a little. Oh, wait, you do have options. I forgot. Do you want to do one of those instead of nonsense?
Yeah, I want to... Can I...
You can absolutely attempt this. Be aware that he is so good that like you have to beat him to do this, and a tie will go to him. So we can do like a square. It's totally, yeah, absolutely. No, this will be some shape, because if you would have just one shot the guy, we can try it, but it'll be a tough thing because you guys will like square off. So like you could try this, but like this might backfire. That you'll be on your heels. You have to just like beat him. You want to do it?
I want to do whatever you're really excited about. Can I try and do like a 1-2 punch to like physical then mental to try and knock him off his mental game before I go at him?
So absolutely, how we're gonna do this, and we're gonna sort of treat this. We're gonna say you have maximum power. So everybody apologizes. We sort of run through this, but this is a crazy fight on the sides. My recommendation is that you should use some power on this, because you're going to be doing two things at once, which means you're going to be getting a penalty on both. Okay. So your steel dagger will have a penalty unless you want to spend 1 power to get rid of the penalty, or 2 power to have a bonus on it. And similarly, for your trap the mind, you would do a trap the mind, but you'd also get a penalty on that unless you would. So basically, if you would to spend a good bit of power, you can have a bonus on both of these despite trying to do 2 things at once.
I would like to.
All right, cool. We're going to have you spend 4 power right out of the gate. So first, do your steel dagger with 1 bonus. So basically, Steel Trap's first move is to telekinetically propel a dagger of steel formed out of her costume. Steel dagger. Here we go. He will.
I know it's not gonna be this. I know it's gonna be better than this, Philip, but I cannot stop thinking about the battle in the shadow with the like controlling the dagger and the glasses.
Oh,
the Alec Baldwin
sure.
movie.
That's the vibe for sure. He's gonna try to.
Am I aiming low or high?
You're aiming low.
Okay.
Always aiming low.
Okay.
A 35 for a steel dagger is a hard success. You send a steel dagger, and with a vital success, he catches it in front of him and slags it before you with his hellish power. He just melts it with hellfire and says, "Really? Physical? However, you were doing another thing, so go ahead and do your trap the mind. Same roll." "15. That for you is an extreme success. So, you win if he rolls hard, or this will happen if he only rolls a hard.
I can't look.
He has rolled an extreme, so he has rebuffed it against you. You've tried to do it. You did this 1-2, and we'll say that the steel dagger went bad, but then the second one did send him reeling a bit as you tried to trap his mind. He says, "You won't remove me from the board that easily, wench." And he is going to now do his own attack at you. Do a mental defenses in response. You know what? He is similarly going to go crazy, and he's going to try to dominate your mind into hell's service.
Handsome.
Well, I mean, he definitely is. Someone cool plays this guy.
Mark Strong. This feels like a Mark Strong character.
Total Mark Strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one thing you might want to do is spend 1 power and just re-roll that. I'm not going to tell you what he's rolled, but I think you should. I think you should spend 1 power and re-roll.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Love it. All right, go for it. Yeah. 37. 37 for your mental defenses is a hard success. Do you want to stay there? Another thing you could do is you could spend a ton of luck and make it extreme.
Oh, I forgot about luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love.
Perfect.
Love to
Okay,
do
so
that.
we will, in that case, a 37 to get you to the mental defensive 19. You're going to spend 18 luck. You're going to really put some luck into this, but you will similarly rebuff his attack on you as he did against yours. So you guys are deadlocked. It's a thing. But at this point, it all comes down to this final roll. So this would have been cross-cut with all of these things. I'm so sorry. I should have broken these up and done these as a thing, but I forgot. Point is, here it happens. 1 more roll. Basically, you guys are this is a mental psychic rope-a-dope as you and this guy are just throwing stuff and doing stuff and and you both have there's sand and rocks orbiting around you because of your psychic energy is mimicking gravity. It's rad, but come on, final round. You want this one back?
Yeah.
Cool. It comes down to this. If you'd like to, you could spend more power to get more bonuses.
Yeah.
How much?
I would only need to spend 1 power this time because I'm not at a...
You could spend 1 power to have all of those, or you could spend more power to have even more.
Yeah, let's do that.
How many do you want to spend?
I want to...
Leave 1 so you can re-roll.
Yeah, I would like to spend 3.
3, I love it. Okay, so with 3 power, this gives you 1, 2, and another 1. I'm going to give you that one. There you go. So roll all of those. You could re-roll this once. Sorry to everybody else. This turns into a real psychic duel.
Do I have spurs? I can't remember.
You do have spurs. Well, I'm not sure you put them on the drawing.
All right.
But yeah, you can have them, absolutely.
She's just going to make a mental note to have Zach get her some spurs.
Understood. You can have your spurs on. Oh, well, you already complained about Zach's boots for this time. That is one of the worst rolls with that many dice I've ever seen. Just spend another power and reroll that. Oh my god. 2 90s.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I haven't even rolled his.
Me?
That is very Pierce of you.
There you go. That's it. I'm gonna be evil, and he's gonna reroll. But he's got a beat. Nah. Nope. Extreme's my best. With a vital success. Steel trap. So basically, how that looked, how it probably just looked like two nerds on a beach going. But it was intense, and with some real intense stuff, we'll say that he's trying to like, basically he's trying to do like a brute force thing, you know, where he's just trying to like knock you down, steal all these mines. And V will even say that, actually she stopped him. You don't even get a headache from this. The point is he's trying to push it through, but you're just like slamming the door. And I'll say that as you do this, as you finally like overpower him, you can feel there's like fear in his mind. He wasn't lying. There is some problem with hell. There is some situation where like hell is in trouble and there's two hells and he's just, but you have roundly defeated him. Is there anything you'd like to say to him as he's kind of like struggling to stand? Damn you, mirrored wench.
Well, don't have a hissy fit now that you lost.
Oh, I don't lose. You've prevented me from gaining an army for the old hell. Which means, looks like I'm joining the new one instead. He disappears in a burst of hellfire. Defecting to Murder Babe's new hell. Bum bum bum. You can say something. You can say something snarky as he goes. He's like disappearing in hellfire. You know, it's like you have a moment to like say something, so he'll get mad if you want to, or you can just let him go.
Does he have a first name?
His title is. His full name is Nefarionis Delecticata. But I bet he did have a name in his earliest appearance. People just thought he was a person before they realized. So we'll say it starts with S. Samuel. Yeah.
Steel Trap's just gonna make a mental note to come up with some Samuel disses for later.
Understood. But he kind of just stares at you and just... He seems very mad, but he's like, I guess, well, they let me out and I screwed up, so... Guess I'm defecting. Curses to you. I'm Mark Strong.
I'm Mark.
And he disappears in a burst of hellfire. So with that, Nefarionis Delecticata has been defeated. And Steel Trap has 1 power left. But, V, you emerge from your encounter with the Shergoth. And the Shergoth is finished. And you can feel in that network of all these Vs that are now not being taken over to be a hell army, that there is a very, very different energy. The Vs have achieved different, like, your minds all feel distinct and different and more at peace. Various, like, it's, you're not sure if it was imagined other realities, other actual realities in the multiverse, things the Shergoth just made up, but the point is, the Shergoth has given you something. And the final words that the Shergoth says to V is just one last reminder. You're not alone. You're not alone. Those of you who can see the invisible Shergoth see that it begins to sublimate away.
I Can we say Rena had a little thing to test UV?
UV readings.
Yeah.
Rena, tell you what. Give me an operate equipment under coordination. And
That is a. Oh.
well, burn some power.
Yeah. How much? How?
Just
what?
burn 2 power and roll it again with a bonus.
Okay. Much better. 6.
With a 6, holy smokes, that's an extreme success. Rena, you have taken so many readings.
Thank you.
Michael, you see the Shergoth has disappeared. You see Meridian like slumping in the air, this big smile on her face, all some tears in her eyes. She's like, what an incredible experience. If you'd like to,
Turning them back on, yeah.
you immediately return on the multiversal blockers. Billy, is there anything you'd like to do?
No. I will pull my hands away from the psychic blasters and remove the little circlet off my forehead.
Suddenly, you all hear a shout from Zeb that is basically the equivalent of like whatever the opposite of Yas Queen would be, whatever no Queen.
No, bitch.
No king.
As he rushes over to find Steel Trap, who's like clearly like disheveled and has been a lot has taken out of her. As he runs over and goes, Steel Trap, are you okay? No. Where did you go? What happened? Why was I not informed?
Zach, all right.
Wait, what happened? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, all good here. Just
Would
one
you
slap
like
out,
some?
but feeling good.
Would you like some water or tea or something
Yeah.
stronger?
Electrolyte.
You got some whiskey on you?
Meridian
Yeah, sure. There's
says-
stuff in the ship. Yeah.
I even have some whiskey. Meridian lands and says, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't do as well as you could have, but the Shergoth, it was an amazing experience. I'm so sorry that you had to. Who was it?
Samuel.
Mind Lord. Oh. Well, it's a good thing I didn't go up against him. He took control of my mind once. It was bad. Plus, he's from hell, and I hate that. What was he doing here?
Oh, just he was trying to just between you. He was trying to get what was he trying to do?
He was trying to. So you don't know about this because it was in our other game. There's now 2 hells, and they're about to go to war. So he was trying to get an army of these to serve for his hell.
That would have been cute.
Yeah, but now that you prevented that, he's just gonna defect to the other hell since the first hell let him out to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you share that with
Yes.
Meridian? Meridian says, "These are dark tidings, but thank you so much for helping."
No, it was nice to team up with you, and I'm glad you held things down here.
Not as well as you would have, but I tried my best. And I think the V's are going to be okay. And with this, it does seem like if you sort of reach out, the various V's are in a good sort of situation. I'm going to sort of take things to a slightly more... is there anything anybody would like to say right now or do? Otherwise, we're going to move to a more epilogue-y sort of mode.
Rena's just we don't have to do it. She's just going to get the summary from Meridian for comparison
Meridian
for
goes
the
and says,
reports.
There's so much to go through, but Meridian will sort of very much explain to... Let's report from Meridian. Great. A few things happen at this point. Meridian sort of comes to Rena, Michael, and Billy and says, I'm really impressed with everything that you've done here. You've really helped V and helped all the formations and helped the island. It's I know there's a lot of great agents in Fiat, but there's something I might be working on soon. If you guys are open to it, I might request your assistance.
Yes, I mean, yes.
She again
Absolutely.
gives Billy?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I mean, you are our superior, so we kind of have to do wherever.
I'm not a part of Fiat, I'm just I'm just a person trying to help. But I think we could maybe, you guys might be able to help organize some stuff. The way you've taken sort of charge here and helped this, I think with what's going on, I could use some people like you. She kind of looks at Michael and again has this expression of, where do I know this guy from? But it passes. Michael, what do you say?
Go where the job takes us.
There's a weird charged moment between Michael and Meridian. Does she remember where she's seen him before? Maybe we'll find that out in a future series. Elsewhere on the island, various V's are sort of like coming together and like realizing that like those who like thought about being architects are now throwing out the amateurist drawings they were just doing and starting to do real architectural plans. Other V's are saying, do we all have to live here? Maybe we can like just move back to Alpha City now. And several think, yeah, that's a good idea. The number of V's, or the number of formations rather, who are going to perform in Les Mis becomes much smaller. They still have to quintuple cast, but it's less. Michael, Rena, and Billy. I would love for all three of you to make a look roll.
Wait, some of them don't have powers anymore, right?
No, they all have powers.
Oh.
None of their all that happened was like their like skills were granted to them. Like stuff like that. Like they all still have powers.
I
all
thought
still
their
have
life path got
it's as
retconned.
like a life path was chosen where it's like instead of being a performer with these powers, I was a blank with these powers. That's the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I can add power. I can use spend a power for a bonus, right?
If you'd like to.
Hard success.
Hard success. Great. We have one hard.
Success.
Hard success.
Oh wait,
there.
sorry. What are we rolling? I got
Look. Under vitality.
Oh, 21.
Also hard. Great. You all have the same degree of success. So now, give me luck rolls, I guess, then, to decide who, if anyone.
Luck.
Luck. We went from look
There.
to luck. The
I'm gonna spend a power to re-roll that.
You
Dang, I'm doing good today. 6.
you can't power to reroll luck. I guess you could, sure. Is that under your extreme, Rena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy?
There's no checkbox for luck.
There is no checkbox for luck.
Okay.
Borderline fumble territory. It's a 96.
What is your luck score?
50.
Then it is not a fumble.
Okay.
If it were a 49, that would have been a fumble. Michael, what do we got?
The hard success.
Hard success. We're going to give it to Rena in that case. As you guys are all sort of looking around, there's a million alerts, so many, like you're going through the stuff. Rena, you notice something. And with a 6, with an extreme, I'll say that you, you notice that one of the smaller Fiat vessels in sort of the tumult of the past 10 minutes is taking off. Like a smaller cruiser ship is leaving.
And it's clearly not one of us. Like, is Zach or Zeb still here with us in front?
Yeah.
Or we have trackers on all the V's, right?
You do, although if you activate the trackers on all the V's, you notice that there are 13 armbands that are giving no life sign readings, and they're all piled up in the workshop. As if they might have been removed.
Oh. I thought they were just a bunch
of
of dead bodies piled on top of each other.
No.
I mean, that might actually be better in this instance, but
yes, there are 13.
that might have been a better solution.
There are 13 V's missing. And Rena, as you're sort of looking through this and checking this, the tracker on that ship is deactivated.
Michael?
Yeah.
There is, remember the creepy V's with the doll?
Yeah.
If you look at the data here, I think they have abandoned their trackers and absconded with our vehicle. One of
Is
the
Meridian still here?
Meridian is chatting, sure, with everyone.
Meridian, Rogue V's on the ship. Can you get it?
Rogue V's on what ship?
The ship that just took off. I point.
Meridian will sort of fly up. Yeah, go
Can
ahead. V,
Can I connect with them psychically?
make a telepathy roll. Under your
So that you want to do
superpowers.
that. They're creepy.
A 6.
A 6, great. Yes, you that is a extreme success. V, you sort of reach out.
Wait, how much do I need to make it a vital?
You could spend 3 luck to make it a vital.
I'll do that.
Then you just don't click it. Okay. 3 luck to make it a vial. You reach out and reach out to one of those mines. Meridian is sort of flying after some plane. She's not really sure what you guys are talking about, but here's something. And you reach one of the mines. Roll a d13.
Oh, fuck off.
We're just seeing which mine you hit.
I don't trust you.
Well, good. I don't trust you either.
That's a 9.
9, eh? Then you have found my girl. You'll never guess which domain this one's connected to. The one that you respond to answers with, "What's up, Doc?"
Where the hell are you going?
Oh, V.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're gonna make everything right.
No, you don't have to do that. Everything is fine here.
I know. The Shergoth helped us. It showed us what's real. And now we have Maisie. Or a Maisie. Everything's gonna be okay. Cut to on that ship. The 13 of them. A couple of them are at the thing. They have the Maisie doll that they've built. They're currently repainting and holding up clothing swatches. And that ship, as it enters its stealth mode, you lose your connection. Meridian flies up a little bit after. Goes back. Michael, whatever the ship was, I think it already, it phased out fast enough. I think they're in stealth mode. If you don't have your trackers on it, I just don't hear anything.
This isn't good.
I'm gonna just file a priority alert for it.
Yes. Can I contact Topflight? Are they done with their shit?
Sure. Who do you want to contact? Synth Devil? Lumen?
No,
You could contact Findon or Armament, except you can't.
I know, that's what I was just thinking.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, I
Right?
already tried and just didn't get any word back, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what,
Whisper.
I'll go for Lumen.
Lumen. All right. Lumen, you are standing in Topflight West, Lumen, where you've just found out that Wildorado had mentally possessed a member of your staff and is now totally aware of the final and has been doing research into a lot of stuff. And now you get a call from V.
Hello, V. At least we are not mid-fight this time. What?
Hi, Lumen. I'm sorry about that.
No, you had no way of knowing.
Of course. I just wanted to let you know there's potentially a Maisie on the loose. And worse, she's with 13 versions of me who are really enamored with her for some reason. So I think you should put the team on high alert.
But I apologize. What do you mean, there's a Maisie on the loose? I don't
Long story short,
understand.
whatever that doll called in me and whatever part of me answered happened to develop in 13 of my duplicates that happened during the power surge. And now they've not only created a Maisie, but they've escaped Null Island with her. And I don't know if that thing has powers or not, but those 13 need to be...
So
taken
they
care of.
created, they just made
They built
a doll of unspeakable evil that just works as the other one does?
just for clarification, we don't know. We don't know if it has. If we don't know.
You have no knowledge
Okay.
of if it has powers. You assume it does not because they just
Okay.
made it in the workshop.
I can't confirm whether or not it has any powers. We did have some Fey magic happening here, but I don't know if they were able to harness it. I don't think there was any eldritch magic here that they could have gotten a hold of. I feel like I would have sensed that, but
Eldritch Blast.
there was
Eldritch
that's the only one I feel.
You feel the Eldritch Blast, V? Do you feel the Eldritch Blast? You really feel it?
But I don't know. Either way, those 13 need to be taken care of. And preferably not killed, because I don't know how that's going to impact me now. So if you could just detain them, and I'll spread the word through Fiat.
We will, of course, do our best, but if they are indeed creating a doll of unspeakable evil yet again,
Well,
things will get done that need to get done.
do what you have to
Thank
do.
you for informing us. I will add that to our growing list of things to deal with. And just so you are aware, since we are sharing information at this moment, Armament is in another plane. We cannot reach him. We have instead received a child who thinks he is capable of speaking
child?
amongst us. Yes, he is but a young 21, not even a minute of battle experience, and we have to.
An adult.
No battle experience. He is a child. I cannot. I can't. Not from UV. I cannot. Not today. Not today.
saying.
No. So
You're
we have to
all
contend with. We now have to have this child who thinks he knows everything, but he certainly knows very, very, very little. Yet apparently, according to Whisper, his power is knowing everything.
Lumen,
Oh.
your cook keeps telling me I should eat this thing called chicola.
No.
Should I
Yes.
eat this?
Yes, please do.
Who is
Oh, yes. V, yes, we also no longer have Findon. He is now a very ancient man named Beowulf, who I
Like
do
from
admit
the story?
has some I don't perhaps the stories were mentioned, but I seem to get along. I understand him more than Findon. Not necessarily. I don't prefer one or the other, but Beowulf makes much more sense than Findon often does.
Dan, say something as Connor.
Oh,
What?
are you talking to V? I know a lot about her.
Oh,
What?
I'm sure
How does
you
he
do.
know about- Oh,
I
can
am.
you guys tell him?
I believe that you really do understand. I'm on the phone
Hi.
at the moment. Connor. No manners whatsoever.
Child, come eat this spiced chicken. It is incredible.
Yes, please go eat this chikula that you know so much about already. Also, V,
Yep.
before I was interrupted by said child, while Dorado possessed one of our employees here and was looking up information on the final. So that's another
Oh.
thing that we're going to deal with. But yes, I will keep an eye out for 13 Vs with an unspeakable evil doll that they have manifested.
Wait,
Thank you.
Doll
I'm
name is that the doll? The
I
doll?
can't- you should be
He
eating.
knows about Maisie?
He knows so much about very little. I don't understand. He's just always here and speaking.
Hey, Lumen, I'm gonna have one of my associates here send you some information on this creature called the Shergoth that I think you might want to consider meeting.
That another thing to add to my to-do list because I'm running out of ink.
No, you know what? I'll have her take care of all of the details. Call
Okay.
me if you need me.
I will. Thank you, V. I hope you are doing better than when we last spoke.
I actually really am.
I am glad to hear that. I am much worse. I will be dealing with that step by step.
And as that goes through, Steel Trap, as you sort of recuperate from your battle, your successful battle, and
Here's
now
a
the V's.
here's a bourbon for you, Steel Trap.
Thank you.
Steel Trap recuperates as Michael and Billy and Rena bask in the glow of a successful mission, although Michael especially now bothered by the escape that 13 key ones managed to escape, and Meridian comes back and is like, I'm sorry I missed him. Meridian has super senses but doesn't have like absurd super senses, for the record. So like, you know, if they go stealth and she's not exactly sure where they are, they made it away. We're
No,
going
V's gonna just say, I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, hey, it's not your fault. There's a lot of different people on the island.
You needed to hear that.
Everything's gonna be okay. Meridian gives her. So, we're gonna end. As now that the V minds of kind of the telepathic link is still there, you can reach out, but it's gonna be a lot more like proximity also cut you off from those ones who went away. Mm-hmm. But there is one last formation, or is it a formation at all, in Millionaire Marsh, who was just touched by the Shergoth. The other formation who sort of emerges. She's sort of standing there like naked, just like emerging from the muck, kind of covered in the sort of like the swamp and marsh water and mud, which she loves so much. Frogs are ribbiting all around her. Her mind was touched by the Shergoth too. And she thinks, and she reaches out and she says, I'm free. She's out of my mind. I'm finally... Oh. Thank you, Shergoth? Weird. All right, well. She kind of walks out and goes over to that van she stole and connects to some things online and looks and says, it looks like the power surge is done. Okay, well this all worked exactly like I wanted. Wow. I'm not V. Oh, thank God. Finally free of her. I almost should thank her, but no. The time of V is over. My time begins now. This is an age of Gramercy. And that is where we'll end Formation Nation.
What?
Also, we have lost Rena. Perhaps she will make it back, or not. She's having some technical difficulties. Well, a lot. So, like a good comic book, we ended a lot of stuff and came to some good, fulfilling conclusions. But also, there's a lot of things still open, like such as, and for example, what's going to go on with the war between Hell? Who is Gramercy? Did she cause the power surge to begin with? Is that what she was saying? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out about her later. What does Meridian want to do with Michael, Billy, and Rena? Find out in 2024. I'll tell you that much. Just go ahead and say that's a series right there. What will Steel Trap do now that she had a really sudden, unexpected mental duel with that vaguely handsome but also obnoxious guy from Hell, Samuel? What's going on with those V's? That's nothing. That will never come back. Don't worry about that. The 13
That's
V's.
That's gonna be in another show, I feel.
That's not a thing at all. Don't worry about them. Well, thank you all so much for playing. This has been so fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that we feel there is a fulfilling end to the saga of Formation Nation, as this new nation now has a bunch of the same exact person, but also very different, which is helpful.
I have to say, I am now very afraid of how, if it happens, I'm afraid of how you will present Voluptua V.
Voluptua V. Voluptua. Okay, the first thing you need to know about Voluptua, you already know it, but I'll say it. She fucks. The second thing you need to know about Voluptua is she doesn't actually. You never see anything. It's all implied. So it's horny as hell, but there's no... Okay, so, go ahead.
That was it. I'm just
Voluptua.
terrified.
And you noticed that it was the Fractured Factory V, the one that
Yes.
answered. What's up, Doc? Get it? Because of cartoons. Well, that was great. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. I hope that you've enjoyed this series. This was kind of a different vibe of one. I don't know if we're gonna get Rena back, so I will say good night on Rena's behalf, and if she pops back in, great. She had some. Go ahead.
There's a season wrap on Rena.
Yeah, on Rena's behalf, you'd say, and I was right.
Oh yes, Rena does get to say, I'm texting her that live right now.
What is Voluptua based off of? Cinemax?
Voluptua.
It's Red Shoes Diaries, right?
Voluptua is based is Voluptua is one
Or
of the
Paradise
domains of Dread.
Cove.
Is somebody asking in chat?
Well, I'm trying to explain it,
Yeah,
but I
Voluptua is one of the. Oh wait, she's here right now. Voluptua is one of the domains of Dread in our horror game, and it's basically based on it's ultimately just based on bikini magazines, but that was widened to include like Cinemax and the Playboy channel from the 90s, and just Playboy. Like the invocations for that are always like Playboy Playmate likes and don't likes, and like turn-ons and turn-offs, which was one that is by far the most fun one that I ever got to.
And we have names like Tiffany Stiff.
Tiffany Stiff and
What did I miss?
We're just explaining Voluptua, so sorry.
Okay.
Because I was saying I'm afraid of how the V from Voluptua is going to be presented by Philip.
Yeah, Voluptua. So basically, that's the vibe of that. Thank you so much for watching. We do have other games, and we're gonna have a lot more Topflight stuff in the new year. But as for sort of the next weeks or so, on Friday, guys, a brand new phase of Blood from a Stone begins. We are sort of pausing though we will check in eventually with all the different people, we are now going to a much more focused kind of single party, although it will include some familiar folks. Such as, I'll go ahead and say just right now, just for the people who know, we are going to be following Rawlings and Zeke, who have returned from the dead, and they are now going to be in this, but also Moses will be coming with a new character. We're going to have Jeremy with a new character. We won't have Lauren and Zane for a couple weeks, but once they're back, they will be coming in with characters to be determined based on where things are, although I think I've decided who they will probably pop in as, but it will be characters who they have been of late. They will not be new characters.
I just remembered how we left that last episode.
Oh yeah. Oh, the way we left that last episode was amazing.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish I had done like a one shot of just a certain Mistwalker downstairs, because things happened to that gentleman. But we'll get into that as well. So, join us for an all new phase. I'm not going to tease what it's called because I want the players to be surprised, but also they'll find out as soon as the screen. Actually, you know what? I am going to tease what it's called. I'm going to tell you guys what the new phase is. Why not? What the hell? For the next phase of Blood from a Stone, get your tickets in order. It is time to board the Dreadland Express.
Oh, that's fun.
That's all we'll have to say.
That's
How
very
exciting.
fun.
Oh, it's like book 4 of the Dark Tower series.
If you say so.
I still have to read that.
So on Friday, we are in with an all-new Blood from a Stone. The Dreadland Express phase begins. On Sunday, we are back with Strange Lore.
Yes.
Woohoo! That's going to be great.
I think I'm going to be there.
I
We've talked about this.
Oh yes, I hope you will be there for that. On Monday, we are back with Theme Party. That has been super normal, totally fine. Nothing weird ever happens in Theme Party. Did things get awkward when the Commodore, not me, called a character good girl? That might have made things weird. It's fine. And then a week from today, it's been a long time since we've had one of these because of my sickness, etc. We finally have another Lost Lore Academia. 1 week from tonight, we can finally summon a bunch of stuff and leave you guys destitute of inspiration, unless Kevin as DJ3 decides to take the gamble inspiration option today, and maybe he'll quadruple what they'd make. I'm not going to let him go for the inspiration that they've already gotten, but I will let him gamble with the inspiration that they would have gotten today. And it would be so funny if you guys get like 5 people to all read, and it's just wiped out because he lost it all to the gambler. That would be so good, you guys. I would like that so much.
I would not like that.
Oh, I think it would be so funny, and he would. And the best part is DJ3/Kevin would zero apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good times. So that is 1 week from tonight. I will also tell you that the schedule continues like that, sort of from there. But 1 week from Tuesday, so on Tuesday the 19th, we are going to be having our Topflight holiday special. It's going to be a Tuesday, not a Wednesday, since I'm flying that next day. So just have that ready in mind. That's going to be our big holiday blowout. Last year is when they got the Tome of Tales, and that launched a bunch of stuff. So who knows what'll happen this time. So yes, please join us for all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have our Discord where you can interact with us. We have our YouTube where you can watch old episodes. We have our the wiki that Sophia has done, where you can find out all the cool wiki stuff. We also have the go ahead and you can check in the general. Sophia just reposted it. I'll post it again. There's this cool thing Cantrip Candles is doing. You can get all the information about that on the Discord. But if you want tea lights and you want to sort of like support a cool candle company and sort of us as well, you can do that. You can. I think every time you do, it's an entry into a drawing. I saw there's like a drawing for it. Is how it works. Yeah. So very cool. So yeah, check that all out. Gonna be amazing. Would anyone like to plug any of their own stuff or things or channels? Or
Dan, you play anything this week?
Or like to laugh at the word plug?
I don't know, maybe. Sometimes I stream. I haven't streamed since before Thanksgiving, so we'll see. Been tired.
Okay.
I will be streaming on Thursdays at 7:30. I forgot to say that I wouldn't on Thanksgiving, but I feel like that was a given.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah.
But I should be streaming tomorrow and the following weeks on Thursdays, 7:30 on my channel.
Yay.
And today we were playing more Spider-Man 2, but Friday, if you want to come hang out on my channel, 1:30 p.m. To get you in the spooky mood for Blood from a Stone, we're going to be finishing up the Alan Wake remastered. So if you want some David Lynchian head trippy writer stuff of a writer writing about a writer looking for another writer who's being manipulated by another writer. Super normal stuff, guys. Come hang out.
Normal. Awesome. Well, very good. Well, please follow everyone here. Thank you so much for watching. This was a blast. These characters, we'll see them all again. Don't you worry. In the new year, as we sort of shift things around, gonna be a lot of fun. Until next time, or for the last time, actually, is how I suppose we would, because this has its own unique ending.
Yeah.
For the last time, but also forever. Formation Nation out.